Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Couch Potato Queens Drag Race Recap live stream. My name is Sam Meier. I will be your host for this evening. Oh, you're popping back in. You're popping in already. I was going to introduce you, girl. Okay. Interrupting as per usual is my co-host, Josh Mendelson.
Hi, baby. Hi, guys. My name's Josh Mendelson.
And finally, Detroit's premier queen of mean and meme, Ms. Alex Meitz.
Hi, guys. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so
We're
thrilled to
happy
have
you.
Yeah, we will be your three regular hosts of the Couch Potato Queens Drag Race Recap. We are on our very first episode, season 13, episode 1, the Drag Race premiere. It's just what I needed to kick off 2021. Honestly, I love Drag Race. I have always been a watch it as soon as it becomes available kind of gal.
Oh yeah.
It's a great way to kick off 2021. How y'all feeling?
Honey, this was heaven, this episode. I was living. There were some people that were doing great and that surprised me tonight. There's some people that were a hot mess. We were ready. It was a great premiere.
Oh, absolutely. And folks at home, just remember that you can comment on these live streams and we will be able to see your comments and maybe we'll address them on air.
Live
so if you got anything to say, yep. So let's just jump into it. Season 13, episode 1. The name of the game is Psychological Torture from RuPaul. It was
the
brutal.
most traumatic episode of RuPaul's Drag Race to date.
I agree completely. So we start off with entrance looks from two queens. First, we get Candy Muse. This girl comes in cocky. We've talked about her before. She's given us Miss Vanjie 2.0. She is the Puerto Rican sex doll from the Bronx, wearing a really interesting sort of denim unitard onesie sort of deal with a denim boombox. She was from the former house of Aja, but came for her mother Aja immediately, right out the gate. Josh, how'd y'all feel?
What is going on with that? First of all, she came in kind of like a second-rate Vanjie to me. She was giving me major Miss Vanjie vibes, but Miss Vanjie meets Silky Ganache. That's what I was getting. I was not impressed. I was less impressed by her in her entrance.
And we talked about it in our interview episode that the worry for Candy is that she's too cocky. She's going to give us a Silky Ganache edit where it's, the hype and her vision for herself just doesn't live up to what she's serving.
Oh, totally.
I was very thank you so much. No chill from Candy Muse. Absolutely, from V. Martin. And Joseph Liu, thank you. Yes, ex-house of Aja, the former house of Aja.
We know Juicy Lou. We know.
Do. Hello, Detroit Queen Juicy Lou. So how'd y'all feel, though, about Candy?
I was very excited about Candy personally in our last episode, and she kind of let me down a little bit. Her outfit I thought was really cool and fun. I love the boombox of it all. But when she came for her drag mom, I was just like, what are you doing? That could have been one of those Drag Race editing moments where they just honed in on that. Then she had said a lot more and they did some dirty editing there. But why would you say that right off the bat?
But also there was so much of it.
Oh yeah.
That was that's not like she accidentally let something slip once. That was repeated slights against her mother.
Sam, she
on and on.
She came on that show to read her family. We know she did. She wanted to have people lose interest in her mother. And you do not come after your drag mom.
No.
Who does that? Even Laganja Stranja, who has issues with Alyssa, will not come after her publicly. She says that they still get along. That's the rules, honey. Follow along.
That's the rules. So next we have Joey J, the queen who doesn't wear wigs, wearing a blonde wig. She comes in with the words filler queen, and I don't know, in my opinion, she called it.
Nail on the head right there.
She is wearing a chicken feather, sort of bolero coat with a red unitard. It's real basic. I didn't like what Candy said, that chicken feathers are the cheapest feathers. She did her best. It looked decent.
She looked fine.
She looked fine. It was just this is your entrance look.
Yeah, I mean, she looked like very standard filler queen entrance look, like really nail on the head. Like, I don't want to just be, saying bad things about Joey J, but she read herself first. Were we supposed to be gooped by her saying filler queen? Like, in that outfit, never, Joey.
We were just kind of like filler queen, like, yeah.
Okay.
Josh, your boy, Joey J, you love him.
When the only good thing about you is the fact that your trade doesn't show good signs for Joey J's future. Let's get real. I mean, come on. Does anyone watching agree here? Like, Joey J, if Joey is not one of the first 3 out, I'll be shocked. Like,
I will be very surprised.
It was a mess. She looked like Old McDonald had a farm with her chicken wings. It was a mess. Like, it was an absolute disaster.
I don't know. I didn't feel that strongly about it, but Joey J also has a day job, is a 1 show a week kind of queen, which I get it. I get that life. Not everyone lives in like a drag metropolis with like New York where you can afford to be a full-time drag queen. But then we get the 2 queens enter, we get the lights flash and ooh girl. And they are told to report to the main stage. So Ru comes out in this gorgeous petal sort of structural piece. It's got some great shimmer to it. And I just want to say, Miss Kelly Mantle, that is how you wear flower petals, okay? That is how you do it.
Don't wear bacon.
Don't wear bacon.
Don't wear
Make
bacon.
it look good.
That is how you wear bacon.
Yep. So we get a little chat with the judges, and we see that there is a plexiglass shield between all of them. We are getting COVID protection, people. We are getting looks. We are getting personality. We are getting lip syncs. We are getting COVID precautions.
We love to see it.
Oh, yep. So, Josh, a little response to your comments from V. Martin. From all the hype Joey J got before the show airing, I was disappointed. We were too, V. We were too.
The only hype that Joey J was getting was that she was hot as a boy. There was no hype. Like
I disagree with that. A lot of people were really excited to see Joey J because Joey J is kind of checking a box of a type of drag that we haven't seen on Drag Race before, and that's kind of the alternative queen of someone who does present more masculine and is still a drag queen, someone who doesn't necessarily wear wigs or do that kind of thing. And then for Joey J to show up and look like a standard Ru girl was kind of like a bummer to me because I would have loved to see Joey enter in like a look like their promo look.
Something more punk, a little more, Josh, like you said, sort of like a Layla McQueen 2.0.
Yeah.
No question.
So,
I did get Layla McQueen vibes, though. That was a good one, Sam. Dead on Layla McQueen 2.0.
Yep. So we find out that the queens will be entering in pairs, and they will be lip syncing against each other in a winner and loser situation. So the first, first though, before the lip syncs, we get a short interview with each of the queens where the judges get to know them a little bit. So Candy talks about her look. It's denim, it's sexy, it's Bronx. She's former House of Aja. She reads her mother again on the on television. It's like, why are you doing this on the stage in front of the judges? They love Aja. And then Joey just talks about clucking and bucking and how they do drag for self-expression.
If your answer to 2 of RuPaul's questions are clucking and bucking, you need to rethink your answers.
And the lip sync kind of goes the same way. It is pretty underwhelming. It's not great for either of them.
No.
And particularly for 2 people who came in describing themselves as lip sync assassins. Dead in the face. I wasn't getting any sort of impressive choreo.
No.
It was
Candy
fine.
Did
How did y'all feel about the lip sync?
Fake death drop moment. And then we saw it better with Monet, so that kind of fell flat for me as well.
We saw this entire routine before. We saw Layla McQueen in season 8 doing her thing to the Gaga song. And then we saw Candy Muse trying to be like Monet Exchange. Saw it before. Bye. Next.
Yeah. So, okay. So we get Call Me Maybe. Or first lip sync song, Call Me Maybe, between Candy and Joey. Super underwhelming, but Candy wins. So we see Candy get split off to a winner's room, and Joey J is, for all we know, going home. We then get the next 2 entrance looks. So for Denali, Denali comes in, our ice skating, figure skating queen, on skates, on bedazzled skates, which was pretty cool, with like a full feather, fierce figure skating fantasy. It was a lot of apps.
I loved it, Sam. I loved it. I was obsessed with this look. And honestly, Denali was kind of like in the middle for me, but this look was one of my favorite looks tonight. Hands down. It was so cool with the ice skates. I loved every second of it.
I thought it was a great moment. And then with Lala Ree, who, Alex, I know is a big favorite of yours, came in with sort of a white mesh look with a mask, also a mesh mask. It was a very Lana Del Rey moment.
Very that.
Described herself as Olive Garden pasta with Popeye's chicken on the side for a little razzle dazzle, which is cute. I like it. She's charming. She's fun.
She's giving me potential narrator vibes. If she had gotten more screen time this week, I think we would have seen it more, but I think if she sticks around a long time, she could be a potential narrator for us down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. She's so cute.
I will say, though, I do want to read her a bit for that outfit because you pointed out when we were watching, Sam, that jacket was not hemmed. And to me, that says that she made it herself, which is awesome and way more than I could do. And a queen that can construct their own outfits, I am 100% here for. But if you're entering Drag Race for the first time, just throw a hem on it, girl. Yeah. I get that mesh. Mesh is not a forgiving material, so I get it. But just hem your jacket. If the jacket's the only thing you're wearing, just hem it.
Yep, just hem it. Also, girl, the Dita Ritz wig. Come on.
Oh, it was straight up Dita Ritz. But you know what? We saw
it was not as bad as Dita's wig.
It was pretty bad. The outfit was a mess.
It looked a little bit more moisturized.
She obviously, I'm gonna read her on the outfit. That was just a straight up mess, as we were saying. But I like her personality. She's so sweet, and she's pretty hot as a boy too.
Yeah,
so.
She's cute. So we get into our interviews. Number 2, Denali proudly proclaims herself more of a Tanya Harding, which we love, Nancy Kerrigan, which is very fun. Lala, charming personality, but I can't get over the bottom hem. I was just paying attention to that the whole time. V. Martin, Lala has a big Monet smile. I absolutely agree.
Yes.
So it has that Monet sort of softness charm. It is very, very pleasant, but unfortunately, she just was not doing it for me.
I think she has the star power.
Yes.
I see it. She's very compelling, and you want to root for her.
But I agree.
She has to get that hemline together.
So, you know what? She's gonna be. It's gonna be kind of similar to Monet. She has the personality. She doesn't have the look, and that's how Monet did it. Kind of weak on her looks, but that personality got her through. And I think that's what we'll see with Lala.
So for the lip sync, we get "When I Grow Up" by the Pussycat Dolls, which I would like to point out is one of my favorite lip syncs of all time from Ms. Coco Montrese.
We were talking about it yesterday.
I was literally talking about it. I think about it a lot, actually.
Yeah. Bring to the Drag Race gods, Mr. Meier.
Yep. So we get Denali still in ice skates. Okay. Wild. I mean, it was like the sunken place version of Robbie Turner saying, "I'll keep my skates on."
Yes.
Heels or wheels?
Heels or wheels? Wheels.
Wheels, always wheels.
It's again, theme of the episode is psychological torture, and why would you not let her put heels on? Why would you do that?
They gave her the option.
I don't think they gave her the option because the thing was I can't slay a lip sync and I'll do my best, and she did great. She did a cartwheel and she fell backwards. She dropped into one of those back bend drops. I thought she was going to slice her back up. I was terrified.
She was gonna win. I thought she did a great job in that lip sync. That's how
we talked about this a lot while we were watching. I think she lost because her dress was falling, and multiple times throughout the lip sync she was adjusting her clothes, pulling up her dress. So Sam made a good point, which was she didn't know she was gonna lip sync, so that's not her fault. I totally agree, but if we're judging this lip sync just on performance and I'm not thinking about anything else, I would have enjoyed Lala's performance more because I wasn't taken out of it by watching someone adjust their clothes and touch their clothes all the time. So I get why she lost, but I do think what she did in general was more impressive because she did those stunts in ice skates.
So just to catch everyone up really quick, if you didn't see the episode, Lala Ree wins. Denali Fox, I believe, is sent to the, now we know, loser's room.
Yes.
Or the pork chop.
Yes, the pork chop loading dock.
The pork chop loading dock, home of some of my favorites. Pork chop, the broccoli, Vanjie,
James Majesty.
Mansfield.
Wrong show, girl.
In the loser's room, just to catch everyone up, there is so Denali goes off the stage. Two of us think she should have won, but we see Joey J waiting in a room that is full of portraits of previous first boots. And they have no idea what's going on. We get into our third set of entrance looks. And we get Simone. Oh, and Shangela. Yes, thank you, V. Martin, for reminding us. Shangela with the worst wig on the wall. I mean, it is so
it's
bad.
A mop, honey. It's a mop.
It's a mop. It was
almost cruel of them to show that picture of Shangela.
Yeah, like you have so many more pictures of Shangela. Anyway. Lip sync number 3, entrance Luke's number 3. We have Miss Simone, one of our faves, comes in looking like a 90s supermodel in a Polaroid dress of herself, sort of almost like a mod. I got almost like a 70s, but like also that like emaciated supermodel of the 90s vibe.
Yes.
Oh, honey, she was giving me legs, honey. Legs.
I will dream about Simone's legs. I will
Naomi
dream.
Needs to move out of the way and make some room for Simone, because those legs are the real star of this episode.
Mm-hmm. But then we get Tamisha Mon, who we were not a big fan of. We had big first boot energy in our original when we watched their interviews. Tamisha Mon was, turned it completely around for me. It was a completely different person. Mm-hmm. So she walks in a red blazer with big shoulders. It was a really fun sort of business bitch look. Mm-hmm. She was very cute out of drag. She had a great personality. She had better makeup than the promo interview.
Oh yeah.
She is growing on me.
Totally. I was super excited to see her.
Okay, I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. Tamisha Mon, I went into this with really negative opinions of her. I thought she was kind of like a washed up queen. I thought she was like Jasmine Masters 2.0. Yeah. Like I literally said that. And I fell in love with her tonight. I think she's great. She gave me so much more than I thought I was going to get from her. And I was wrong. Tamisha Mon, I owe you an apology, girl. Mm-hmm. You slayed. And I'm really excited to see what she brings this season. I'm really excited. She's great.
Yeah,
totally.
I agree completely. Alex, how about you?
She did say something really cool. And that's that she had she'd gotten onto the show on season 12.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild.
She was cast for season 12, and then the next day after she got the call, she found out that she had stage 3 colon cancer.
Wild.
It's wild. Insane.
Absolutely.
As if 2020 wasn't hard enough.
So sad, but she's here. She's on the show. She's looks healthy. She looks like she's doing good. But the question is, who replaced her in season 12?
Yeah, so we had some tea on that. Alex, I believe you were the one who heard it somewhere.
Yeah, so I thought about it more while we were watching the episode, and I'll check more on this week. But I believe I heard this on an Instagram live from Crystal Method, which said that Jada Essence Hall had 1 week less to prepare for Drag Race than everybody else. So in my mind, that connects that Jada was the replacement queen for Tamisha. That's not a fact. I have no idea. But after hearing Crystal say that Jada had 1 week less on an Instagram live, that's the connection I'm making right now. So wild that we might not have had a Jada win if it wasn't for Tamisha getting onto season 13 instead of 12. So
absolutely. So then we get into lip sync number 3. In the interviews, Simone gets a lot of laughs from the judges. She has a lot of fun. Tamisha, we get this story. We get the 30 years in drag. We get the colon cancer. She was like the radiation treatment and everything she had to go through was so difficult she couldn't walk. I mean, so to come to this place and lip sync The Pleasure Principle by Janet Jackson against Simone was a big deal. And we had our heart, like she had our hearts when she went into it. And she was serving choreo.
Oh, yeah.
I was shocked. I thought Tamisha was an easy boot, and she held in there.
We said on our last episode that we thought she would be a ballad queen who would stand and
Charlie Hides.
Yeah, very like not so much Charlie Hides.
I thought she was a Jasmine Masters. That's the vibe I got was Jasmine.
But a park and bark, you know, like
we also talked about this looks like a workhorse queen. Yeah. You know, like she has the vibe of like your local drag queen.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, V. Martin says Nina Bonina vibes from Miss Amon.
Oh, I love Nina Bonina.
Interesting.
I can see it. I feel like they are both really hard workers, and even though Nina's more of like a visual artist, like the same amount of like passion for drag and energy is totally there. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah. So we get into the lip sync. Tamisha's serving choreo, but unfortunately, I'm going to call it club face, and I'm going to be talking about this a lot. But club face is these girls who work. It's a lot of times they work like 4 or 5 nights a week, and they just sort of go dead in their face, and the mouth is moving, but like the eyes are blank, like they're sort of just like fixed on a point at the back of the room.
Could we see an example of that?
Yes, you could. It's sort of. Do you know what? I'm going to back up, and I'm going to give you a drag, like it's like the. And like their body moves, but their face is just sort of like not doing anything. Like,
very bad.
It's very. I backup music next time, Sam, so you can give us an example next.
I know we're gonna need like a club face moment, but
we need it.
Tamisha's giving it to me. Unfortunately, even though her moves are good, Simone is serving like personality out the ass. It's incredible. It's so much fun to watch.
Face. She's serving model. Her outfit is conceptual. It was just
and it didn't fall apart.
Oh yeah, and it did not fall apart. So.
It was perfect. I think it's great. They both did really good, but we obviously know who won. It's kind of obvious. Simone.
Our girl, Miss Simone.
But Tamisha put up a fight.
What was that?
Tamisha put up a fight, though.
She did, which was impressive. Tamisha was great. So we move on. We get our entrance. Number 4, we get Gottmik for the first entrance of this next match up. Gottmik, as of course, is our trans male contestant. He came in a loofah dress, the stunning signature white makeup with sort of a very trippy upper crease, very sculpted hair. It was a look. It was a look. I was impressed. Charming, adorable in and out of drag. Very like chaotic nymph energy, which I loved.
Totally.
I love Gottmik. I love everything about Gottmik. I don't think Gottmik's going to be like a huge personality out there, but Gottmik has the look. Gottmik has a lovable personality, and I think Gottmik is going to go very far in this competition.
I disagree. I think that Gottmik has a huge personality, and we just didn't get to see a lot of it in this episode. The way that Gottmik has her signature voice and talks like this, that's something that you remember, and I feel like she can use that to her advantage of being such a character just as a person.
Where I'm coming from, Alex, I don't see Gottmik having a fight with Candy Muse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love Gottmik though, but like I don't see Gottmik fighting with people. And, like, you know, like.
And we have our fan Ezra saying also that they also loved Gottmik. We agree. We loved Gottmik.
That's Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler. Sure. So next, after Gottmik, we get another one of our personal favorites, Utica Queen from Utica, Minnesota. Very kooky, got the Minnesota accent. Tall, leggy queen, serving us thrift shop chic with, bold pattern pants, bold pattern jacket, big necklace, bold pattern vest, stuffed strawberry in the hair, just giant, big neon hair. I mean, came in as sort of like like one of those waving arm people that you see out. That's how she self-identifies.
Yeah.
Like the people with like the inflatable wacky arms people. And it was great.
I love her. I love Utica Queen. She's great. She is TV. She is a personality that I have never seen in my life before. And I'm living for her.
Yeah.
Something about Utica that a lot of people might not know unless they've dug on her Instagram like we have is that Utica actually does a lot of character numbers when they perform live. So they were Superstar. I forget the name from that movie. But they did that. They did a Beetlejuice number.
Eunice, Kristen Wiig's character with the big forehead and the baby hands. Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, she does a lot of characters. So when I thought about it later, thinking, okay, we haven't actually seen any videos of Utica performing not as a character.
That's true.
So going into this lip sync, we were a little skeptical on whether or not she'd be able to hold her own on stage without being a character.
V, you and I are on the same page. I swear if Utica doesn't make it far, true. I will go to RuPaul's fracking ranch and I will shut it down.
Truth, V. Utica's going to make it far. Who are we kidding? Utica and Gottmik are both going to make it far. There's no question.
So. Kyle Johnson says, Utica reminded me of Gigi, but with a personality like Crystal Method.
Yes.
I agree. That's a great comparison.
Yes.
That's perfect. That's dead on.
I agree completely. So we get into lip sync number 4, the interviews. Gottmik says that they are not a lip sync assassin, which, that's accurate. You're a makeup artist. Utica is allergic to strawberries, but overcame it, which was the strangest justification for fashion. Michelle was obsessed. Everyone was laughing. And that she could feel the wind in her nuggets and then sort of did like a hip twisty thing. I was living. Her interview was hilarious. I fell more in love with Utica.
I just want to see. So in my heart of hearts, I'd love to see Utica never have to do a What You Packin' with Michelle Visage. But having to see Michelle Visage speak with Utica for an extended amount of time, I feel like is just going to be the cherry that helps us get through it if Utica ends up not making it to top 4.
I couldn't agree more. So we get into the lip sync. In a bizarre choice, they perform Rumors by Lindsay Lohan. Now, I just want to say up at the top here, I believe that this song should have gotten switched with Candy and Joey's song. I think it would have been a better lip sync from both of them if Call Me Maybe and Rumors got swapped.
Okay, are there any other Lindsay Lohan one-time album fans here? Because I love Lindsay. I've been Lindsay in the past. I slayed Lindsay for Halloween a couple years ago. I know some of you saw that.
Comment, and share if you support Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan is the queen. So if you want to do some Rumors, let's go. I was living when they played that song.
But not for these two queens.
No,
they would have been so much better
with Call Me Maybe. They would have done so much better with Call Me Maybe. And Call Me Maybe was such like a weird, like girly fun song for Candy and Joey, who were very much like the bad bitch group.
Candy Muse doing Call Me Maybe is like...
Or don't.
It's like Sheryl Crow doing Lady Gaga. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. And this was like a weird choice for these two queens to do Rumors. It's definitely got more of like a club feel to it. It was kind of boring. It was a little weird. It was a little off-putting.
Utica seemed to not know her words right off the top as well. She got like after that her one little kerfuffle, she was fine, but right at the top she had a words kerfuffle, and I think that was a big detriment to her in this lip sync.
Yeah, I thought it could have gone either way. But Gottmik wins, and one of my favorite departures from a queen ever is Utica turns around and goes, "I'll get you for this, RuPaul," and it was.
No, I was definitely living for Rumors too. I'm happy you agree with me.
Thank you. I'm really glad we have a Lindsay fan out there.
Yep. Gottmik deserved the win. Utica could have gotten it, and I would have been happy. They put two heavy hitters in the same duo so that we could get sort of an even so that episode 2 and 3 are not terrible. They created fairly even groups at the end of the day.
Agreed.
I think so too. I think some of the winners and losers of these lip syncs were pretty calculated and not so much based on the performance, but it's fine because it was great reality TV. So I'm not mad.
I'm kind of excited for the next matchup.
Oh, I love the next matchup. So our next two entrance looks are Rosé and Olivia Lux. So first, Rosé gives me an all pink sort of 50s look with big sculpted hair, pink jacket, and then sort of like a pink panty, I guess.
With like a belt or like
a crop top and a panty, I think.
She came from a Stephanie's Child concert.
So it wasn't a crop top.
I don't know. I think
I don't know. Leotard of some kind.
Jacket and lingerie. I don't know. But she had a blacked out. She walked in, serving face, very fierce model, and then smiles and has this blacked out tooth. And it felt weird. It felt forced. Alex, how do you feel about Rosé?
Okay, so I feel like people might disagree with me, and we might have some Rosé fans out there, but I think Rosé is the clear villain of the season. And she's also kind of giving me some weird vibes. Like, I feel like Rosé is highly calculated, and she has been plotting her Drag Race entrance for years, which is fine, because if you have dreams to get on the show, you're thinking about it. So girl, do it. But to have a moment like that, I feel like in her mind, she was very much like, this blacked out tooth is going to be my Naomi Smalls pulling off the wig in All Stars moment. This is going to be how I show I'm funny and glamour. And it seemed very calculated and forced and not super authentic. Yeah. And I really hope that down the line, we get to see some more genuine moments from Rosé that don't seem so put on, because the fact that later when we see her on the main stage, that gap tooth is gone, that showed to me that she only did that for the moment and not so much because that's what her look was. So it just felt weird. It felt off.
Now, I do want to add, Josh, because I know you're coming in. Rosé is a seasoned queen. She's been on America's Got Talent. She was on The Voice. She has worked very hard, but she gives very like Christian Bale, American Psycho, like very like eyes on the prize. And if you're in my way, I'll murder you vibes. Now, Josh, I know you're a big Rosé fan and have been for a while.
I'm sorry, Evil Jan. I'm sorry, Rosé is really, really good. I'm a huge Rosé fan. I love me some Stephanie's Child. I've been listening to Stephanie's Child for years, honey. When they performed at Alaska did Justice for Art Pop concert like a year or 2 years ago, and Stephanie's Child was there, and that's when I fell in love with them because they put on a performance of my favorite song, Manicure, and I'm obsessed with Manicure from Art Pop. So I love them. With that said, I like Rosé. I think Rosé's going to do well. And people who know me know I love a villain because I am a villain. Yep. So like, I'm living for it. And
your friend Tyler agrees with you.
Thank you, Tyler, for agreeing with me. At least I get some love from our viewers on my love for Rosé. I think Rosé is going to do well. There's no question in my mind. Rosé is going to do well. And can I just talk about 2 years ago, with my friends that are sitting in chat with me here, when Aquaria went on Drag Race, I loved Aquaria. These two hated Aquaria. Hated.
It's true.
Hated.
She was a good Bond villain, okay?
Hated her. Now what's your opinion?
We were hardcore Cracker fans, so that's
true.
We still are hardcore Cracker fans.
It's true. So moving on, though, next we get my favorite queen of the season. I will always talk about her with love, Olivia Lux. I mean, she came in this adorable, but I don't know how I felt about the colors. Pink and yellow, split down the middle, very classic draped dress with matching gloves on each side, matching earrings. I mean, it was a well put together look. I don't know how I feel about pink and yellow. It reminds me of Spam, but
I thought it was giving me like lemonade vibes.
Yeah, pink lemonade a little bit as well. She knows Rosé, though. Actually, a central point to the episode, it was mentioned several times. Olivia was in a competition that Rosé hosted. So there was already sort of an imbalance in power. Rosé is a seasoned queen. Olivia is brand new. And Rosé reads the situation a bit. Rosé's a little shady towards Olivia.
She's a villain. She is a villain through and through, and I love a villain. She's the Jerry Manthe of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Could be. So they get to the main stage. We get their interview. Rosé says that she plans on lasting longer than Jan. And again, it's this very calculated vibe. Olivia, meanwhile, says she wants to serve a showgirl moment. She's got her theater curtain dress on, and that she's confident as a live performer. Any thoughts on these interviews, Josh?
Honestly, on the interviews, I think that Olivia did better. Mm-hmm. And I don't, because I love Rosé, but Olivia just surprised me tonight. She really surprised me. I love her. She's great, and she definitely rose up for me, while Rosé kind of just stayed the same.
Mm-hmm. Alex, how'd you feel about the interviews?
The interviews to me really showed that Olivia is a fierce competitor, because she not only is gorgeous and a great drag queen, but she has the personality. And again, Rosé did seem calculated, but Rosé is not, I'm not saying these things because she's a bad drag queen or because I don't like how she looks or anything. She looks amazing, and she's very clearly an extremely talented and well-rounded queen. So that's not the problem. The problem is that she is so good that I feel like she's worried that she's just going to get put in a box of only being really good. So she's trying to have like these more like quirky things that might not necessarily be her. And that's kind of the vibe that she's giving me right now. But
and,
love Olivia.
Thank you, V.
Thank you, V, for backing up that V was with me and Josh. V Martin, I apologize. They were with me and Alex when we were voting for Cracker over Aquaria. But I also want to point out that Kyle Johnson says that everyone needs more Jantasy, and I believe that includes Rosé. Honey, that personality is not great. So we get into the lip sync. Olivia, meanwhile, oozes personality, and that carries over into the lip sync. We get X's and O's. We've heard it everywhere for like a year and a half now. Rosé is giving us choreo, but Rosé is giving me club face. Ladies and gentlemen, club face.
The clubbiest club face of the episode, I'll say.
The clubbiest club face of the episode. Olivia, not only, we were worried about Olivia going into this in that gown.
We were horrified.
We were so scared. Olivia gives us a reveal in her entrance look. Bitch. I mean, she couldn't have planned for it. She literally was just like, no, I'm going to have a reveal ready just in case. And it worked out so well for her. Olivia, to me, is the first lip sync assassin that we saw this season.
Olivia would have slayed any of the lip syncs before this.
Correct.
And also
won against any
She did great.
Mm-hmm.
Rosé would have won any of the lip syncs before that as well, I think.
Debatably.
Simone.
Maybe.
I think so. Simone was fierce, but
Simone's got that emotion, though.
Yeah,
I
think she would have beaten probably 3 or 4 of the people that won. She would have beaten Candy Muse.
Oh, yeah.
She would have beaten, who was second?
Maybe.
Yeah, she would have beaten Candy. Candy wasn't that good.
Candy was fine, yeah. But, I mean, Olivia... so Rosé gave us a sloppy death drop. She's very cocky about her lip sync abilities. And Olivia eats Rosé. I mean, eats her. She
got drunk off Rosé for New Year.
For Rosé.
Yeah, I felt a little bad for Rosé as well.
Yeah.
I mean, to be such a seasoned queen and to get put on your ass by such a baby queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very that.
Completely agree. And for being so new. Yeah. I mean, incredible. Olivia's incredible. A year and a half in drag and slaying the game. But you can tell that Olivia is a seasoned performer.
Yeah. She's not new to the stage.
She's not new to the stage.
Yeah.
So finally, in our 6th entrance set, we get, of course, Olivia wins, if you didn't get that from our comment. Ken Davis, we completely agree. Yes, we love an Olivia Lux win. But we got to move on to entrance look 6. First, we get Tina Berner, a New York icon.
Slay Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Love it, Tina Burner, everybody.
Yeah.
She looks fierce.
she comes in looking like Ronald McDonald's wife in a yellow and red firefighter-inspired look. Huge sculpted hair. When I say sculpted hair for other queens, you know, I'm giving like waves, I'm giving pageant. This was like modeled after like a fire helmet.
This was a sculpture.
Yes, this was a literal sculpture, and with a yellow jacket and mini skirt, sort of reminiscent of a fire chief. And yes, Ken Davis again. Yes, Ronald McDonald's wife, living for this, absolutely. Oh, we got the I live. There we go. I completely agree. Agree completely. And she looks like kind of a sexy plumber out of drag.
Oh yeah, her confessional look is the best one, I think.
It's cute. It's fun.
She knows her brand. She knows her brand.
I love me some Tina Berner. Love.
I love her too. Next we get Kimura Hall, not Kimura, with a pastel orange Bob Mackie gown, we find out. Incredible. This like gorgeous like red carpet look. But we don't really get any interview moments. She's kind of a bitch, but they're rushing through it. And then we get Elliot with two T's with an uncomfortable entrance wrap. Elliot, you're a Southern white debutante.
Elliot, you're a mess. Elliot, you shouldn't be on the show. Sorry.
But with not only the uncomfortable entrance wrap, but then Tina Berner aptly says of her entrance look, which is a strong pattern jacket with a red breast piece and red pants, red heels. Tina says, "Did you just go power walking with my mom?"
Easily the best line of the whole episode.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
This group to me,
phone home, get a new outfit.
This group to me is so weird because everyone else seemed to be like matched with people that seemed to be like their biggest competition, or like the most well-matched people to go up against each other. But then this group was just like the bitches. Like everyone was just like being really mean to each other and reading each other. And it just seemed so sloppy and chaotic in that room.
So fun.
Oh, but so fun.
Me, Martin, what we needed and wanted to need it from Sherry Pie without the criminal activity. Yes, dead on, honey. Dead on.
Yes.
Work.
I would also like to point out that Ken Davis thinks I look good. Thank you, Ken.
Ken Davis, where's my compliment? Why don't I get one? I'm a Gemini. I need the attention.
It's okay.
We're
moving on. Next, we get our interviews before the lip sync. Tina, as we know, New York legend. She's snappy. She's got great comebacks. We find out she was in a boy band at 19.
Wild.
Elliot loves an 80s throwback. Worked on a cruise ship. Party girl. Not what we wanted to hear. Kimura, the judges love her look. We find out that she is last season's winner's sister. Jada Essence Hall is Kimura's big sister. But the lip sync is what I really want to talk about with this group. The lip sync is Lady Marmalade, which I think every gay gasped in their home when they heard it start. I mean,
we erupted in cheers.
Yeah.
My analogy of this lip sync was basically, have you guys seen the movie Space Jam? Any Space Jam
of course.
lovers out there? You know, like that scene where there's like the monsters, these huge monster basketball players, and there's that little teeny tiny little mouse, and he's like, I love basketball. It's the best. I love basketball. That's the other two. The monsters, Tina Berner. What did she do? She threw that ball down and squished the other two, because that is literally what happened in this lip sync. A mess.
I felt like we were at a Tina Berner show and she had two backup dancers on stage with her. Because the whole time, Tina was right in the middle of everything with the two other girls right on her left and right. Whole time.
Nope, I agree completely. Visa Space Jam for life. Joseph Liu, Ms. Juicy Liu agrees with me. Audibly gasped. Ken Davis said, Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? We agree completely.
I was just waiting for the Christina part. Hey!
Sorry to everyone who just had Josh Max out their speaker.
Shout out to y'all. You can't hear us anymore. But Tina impressively shows that she is an assassin. She mimed a whole ass orgy on that stage. Okay. She was like in the Moulin Rouge, it was incredible. I would say assassin number 2 of the season is
illegal to watch Tina's performance. I felt like I was breaking the law watching her because what she did was so dirty and so graphic, and I was here for every single moment of it. And we haven't seen that on the stage. The closest thing we've gotten is like, what is going on?
Let's just keep talking.
So we got Kimura was real blank. Elliot was also. We got Club Face, but worse than Club Face, we just got nothing.
All right.
So then we get we finally, though, after all of these lip syncs happen and Tina wins, the losers really were when the losers were all grouped together, they're immediately shitting on Elliot. And from Rosé, we get this moment of Rosé likes Tina, but she's not sure if Tina likes her. Then we get a little look at the winners' room. They're laughing, they're partying, they're having a good time. It's not like the losers. No one's stressed here. Tina reads Rosé for
the reads, honey. That's an understatement. She reads.
She goes after her.
She goes after her
just torturing these girls. Ru tells all the losers that they are going to be going home. But then after they are sufficiently freaked out, we learn that there will be a losers runoff and there will be a vote next episode. The bottom girls will be voting one of their own off.
It's going to be a couch potato queen double feature of Survivor and Drag Race, everybody.
And we love to see it. One of my favorite moments of the episode, though, is Tamisha looking around, realizing she is the only queen of color in the losers room, and she goes, well, don't vote the only black girl home. And it is a moment.
Amazing.
So good.
Incredible.
So Untucked, I thought, was pretty light, pretty bland this evening. We got some points expanded. It really just felt like an extension of the episode.
Because we didn't get the moment that we normally get in episode 1 of everyone de-dragging, of everybody talking about, oh, here I am, I'm unpacking. It was just that. It was because this was such a different take on the first episode of Drag Race. Untucked was kind of just a continuation of the episode, really. Yep.
We didn't really get any new information. The girls are horny. They're scared. You know, which is my ideal state to be in.
They want some dick. But honestly, though, you got a couple more reads from Tina Berner, and I'm so excited to see Tina Berner just read everyone for filth all season long. Let's go.
I agree. But so now that we're at the end of the episode, I want to really quickly discuss. We will be evaluating these queens on 3 categories every episode this season. We'll be giving a best in show for our favorite overall queen of that episode, the Dark Horse who surprised us this episode, and the Hot Mess Express. We were not having it. So, Josh, I'd like to start with you. Who's your best in show for the episode?
My best in show, it's obvious. It's Miss Tina Berner, everybody. Love. Okay. She was full of the one-liners. She slayed that lip sync and threw the other 2 into the deep, dark sea. She just slayed this episode. She was giving me comedy. I mean, she doesn't have like the best look on the planet, but I did like the fire hydrant. She was reading Rosé. It was just, she gave me everything this episode.
It was very fun. Alex, who was your best in show this episode?
My best in show would have to be Miss Olivia Lux, because she did put me on an emotional roller coaster with that outfit. I was concerned that she was in a full-on gown for her lip sync, and when that reveal happened, it shook me to my core. So she is absolutely the star for me.
Absolutely. And obviously, folks at home, I agree with Alex. I'm in love with Olivia Lux. Oh my God, I am excited about her. She is a star, and that is thrilling to me. I'm so excited to watch her journey. She checked every single box for me this evening. She had the look, she had the charm, she had the lip sync ability. I mean, that is not a queen who will go down easy.
Sam, special shout out though to Simone's legs.
Special shout out to Simone's legs.
Simone's legs are also top.
Simone,
Yeah.
my sexual identity is Simone's legs. I mean, I will dream about those legs. But
Look out, Naomi.
But speaking about Simone's legs, next we need to get to the dark horse of the competition. So, Alex, who is your dark horse? Who surprised you tonight the most?
Very easily Tamisha, because we went into this thinking Tamisha was just a queen who was going to come here and be set in her ways and maybe just show pageant and that's it. But she turned it out. She showed that she had more personality than she showed in her interviews. Her interviews did not do her justice, and she turned it out. So Tamisha is definitely that for me.
I agree completely. I would also say Tamisha for this evening. Josh, how about you?
Obviously Tamisha, but I'm going to say someone different. I'm going to say your girl, Olivia Lux, is my dark horse of the episode. She's always, from her interview, I definitely knew she'd be towards the top, but I put her like middle top. Tonight, she put me where she could make it and win this entire thing. And
I agree.
She really surprised me tonight. She took down a legendary queen in New York. Rose, as much as y'all don't like Rose is a well-known.
She's a hard competition.
And Tamisha, not Tamisha. Olivia took her down, so no question.
V, I see you think Utica for dark horse. I don't know. I mean, the lip sync wasn't great. The look wasn't great. I love Utica, and I thought Utica would be a front runner coming in. Unfortunately, it seems like she's a little weak in the lip sync department if she gets more of a clubby song. But finally, we get to the hot mess express of the episode. Josh, who was your hot mess this episode?
Elliot with 17 T's.
Why is that?
Mess for every single one of those T's, okay? Mess. Like, weakest outfit. The wig, I like the wig, but that wasn't an entrance wig. It wasn't an entrance look. That was like 5-minute drag put together look. It was horrible. And for someone who's been doing drag for 12 years, it was just not good. It wasn't up to par. There are so many queens that are better. If Elliot is not one of the first queens to go, I will sign away my drag love. Like, I'll stop watching the show. Like, she needs to go. I won't stop watching. But you get what I'm saying.
I feel you.
Elliot wins.
Alex, who was your hot mess of the episode?
My hot mess of the episode, I was going to go with Elliot, but I'm going to take hot mess a little more literally, and I'm going to say Joey J, because Joey J literally made a mess on stage because those chicken feathers got everywhere.
It's
and
true.
Some production assistant had to get back up on that stage and sweep off the main stage with a big old push broom after Joey J clucked and bucked all over the stage.
That's very true, and still lost. Oh, it pains. Do you know what? I feel like it's more of a gut feeling for me. It's just, for some reason, my gut is telling me Candy Muse. I don't know. It was, you dragged your mother on national television right out the gates. Not a good look. Does not put me in a good place for you this season. You are calling yourself an assassin. Assassin I did not see this evening. I do not like the attitude. Be grateful for the people who helped you and be grateful to be there.
I know if I dragged my mother, she wouldn't be so happy.
No, if you dragged your mother, she'd run you over with her truck. She would. Missy would come for you.
She would. She's like this 5'2", 100-pound in a truck. Well, Jewish mom.
Yeah, she's incredible. So, Alex, Josh, thank you for joining me this evening. This has been a lot of fun. I'm truly excited for this season. I think it's gonna be great. I think we're in for a lot of fun things. Thank you, everyone watching at home. It is such a blessing to have you chilling here on the couch with the Couch Potato Queens. Remember to follow all our stuff. Alex, plug yourself.
You can follow me on Instagram at alexknowsitall.jpg and on Twitter at alexknowsitall_.
Josh, who we plugging next? Follow Josh.
Can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mendels8.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at sammeiercomedy. Okay, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Also, please remember to like this video, subscribe to our stuff. Subscribe. And check us out on Twitter at Couch Potato Queens. That's QWNZ. Folks, we love you. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.